A major corruption scandal is now unsettling Ukraine's leadership, and this time it appears to cut far deeper than mid level officials. Ukrainian media reports that a senior Ukrainian negotiator held undisclosed meetings with senior FBI officials in the United States. The meetings themselves are not the shock. What matters is what they were reportedly about. According to these reports, Rustem Umerov, a key negotiator trusted by President Volodymyr Zelensky, held private talks with the FBI officials that were not focused on the war with Russia. Instead, they allegedly centered on widening anti-corruption probe involving figures close to President Zelensky's inner circle. If accurate, it suggests corruption concerns at the top of the Ukrainian state are now being examined beyond Kiev, with possible US law enforcement interest. The timing is significant. Over recent weeks, Ukraine has seen high-profile raids, internal investigations, and reported wiretaps linked to corruption cases across government institutions. Several senior officials have been questioned or removed from their posts as Kiev attempts to signal seriousness about enforcement. The pressure is no longer theoretical, it is visible, public, and politically costly. The US dimension raises the stakes further. Since Russia's full-scale invasion, the United States has committed more than $75 billion in military, financial, and humanitarian assistance, while the European Union has pledged comparable long-term support. That backing depends heavily on confidence in oversight and accountability. Any perception that corruption is reaching the presidency risks eroding political support in Washington, where aid to Ukraine is already under sharper scrutiny. For Zelensky, the challenge is acute. He came to power promising to dismantle entrenched corruption and break with Ukraine's oligarchic past. Now allegations appear to point toward figure closest to his office. His options are narrowing: cooperate fully with investigations and absorb short-term political damage, or attempt to contain the fallout and risk weakening trust among Ukraine's most critical allies. This is no longer a side story to the war. It is a stress test for Ukraine's governance under fire. Corruption scandals at the top cannot be dismissed as distractions. They shape how Ukraine is viewed as a partner, a democracy, and a recipient of sustained Western support. The central question now is not whether corruption exists, but whether Ukraine's leadership is prepared to confront it at the highest level, even in wartime. What happens next could shape Ukraine's political credibility long after the fighting ends. Thank you for watching. For more such updates, like, subscribe, and share. Geopolitical Navigator.